Hey guys, guten Abend aus Deutschland, good evening from Germany. A couple of days ago I watched Chan's video here. The channel name is ObesetoBeast, and I'm following him, and I knew who Hungry Fat Chick is, Candy, here on the left bottom, you know, that thumbnail. And so I watched that video and it was so sad. And I'm not going to start reacting to other people that do mukbangs and eat themselves to death for the YouTube coin. I'm not supporting that. But I did want to share a few thoughts with you guys on what she said. It was so sad. And he writes in his thumbnail, heartbreak. And it was heartbreaking what she did say. And apparently she's been trying to lose weight and she's down roughly 60 pounds, I think he said. But she seems to be plateauing or something. I don't know. I'm not going to start watching her. I can't stand to watch people eat. It's not a thing that I appreciate. I find it rather repelling. And so I was contemplating whether or not I should react to his video or to hers, but I wanted to give her the view since I'm using her content in this video, and so I did click on hers. But I realized that her video is 53 minutes long, 53 and a half, and so I'm not gonna sit through her eating. If you don't know who she is, her name is Candy. The channel name is Hungry Fat Chick, and she has 277,000 subscribers, but her views are ridiculous. I'm not sure what happened to her channel. Again, I'm not following her. I could never relate to her, and I'm not into watching people eat on camera, but look at her views. Around, let's say, 15,000 views a day. And look at her income. It's in euros there at the bottom right corner. Let's say 2,000 euros, and then, which is roughly the same in US dollars. And then maybe, you know, the channel memberships. I don't know how many active, viewers she has on her channel, but looking at her views, it can't be many. She's pulling in about the same views as Chantal. This is just sad, and look at what they've done to their bodies. But again, Chantal and Amber, I don't feel sorry for them because they have the arrogance and entitlement and still trolling and lying and everything that I can't, I can't stand them. I can't relate to them. So whatever they want to do with their bodies is fine by me. But this one here, I mean, that really touched my heart what she said. So let me go and find that spot that I wanted to react to, and I'll be right back. Well, I'm gonna play the beginning of the video too. She has a nice little intro. Another McDonald's mukbang.
Hey y'all. Today I am having McDonald's. Yep. Yeah, I've done McDonald's a few times in the last couple of months. McDonald's tends to do very well.
So she's actually picking the restaurant by what Mukbang did well in the past.
And I was just craving a Big Mac.
Or maybe you guys shouldn't be eating those anymore.
Yep. Also, I think with like a $15 purchase or something like that, you get a medium shamrock shake.
That is like, I can't relate. But again, they have to eat that much in order to stay this large. But look at the 10, what is that? Chicken McNuggets and a Big Mac and the fries and another sandwich and the shamrock shake and I assume in the States this is just a medium Coke. I can't remember what she said. I can't get over how much food this is. But then again, if she only ate a Big Mac, she'd probably be done with that mukbang in 5 minutes, you know.
Not too much pain. Well, Mm.
So she just said that she couldn't go see the Christmas lights or something because she's in too much pain, and she hasn't had her own vehicle since 2000, so for 24 years. And yeah, and so she's starting to talk about how she's feeling.
This is kind of something I live with now. And I know I can make it all better. I can make it all better. Just lose the weight. Yeah.
If they only moved more. You know, it seems like, I don't know, she's still leaving the house, but they could move inside their homes, Chantal, Amber, and her.
God, if
And LifeByJen could have, you know.
it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, you know?
Yeah, but completely giving up might not be the solution then. She's been so big for years.
Everybody'd be doing it. Uh, and I know I can. You know, it's just being in the right headspace to do it. And I'm not in that headspace right now, but, you know, I know, TikTok, TikTok. I mean, I need to, like, kick myself in the ass.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know how old she is, though.
Get back to it, but right now I'm just kind of treading water. Not drowning at the moment, but I'm treading water. It's like I can barely make eye contact with the camera. I'm like, I'm just.
Seems like she's suffering making these videos.
Oh yeah. Oh, excuse me.
Disgusting. But she has more charm than or seems to have more charm than Amber and Chantal. Damn. I'm also cutting out the pieces where she's just eating. She just downed 10-piece chicken McNuggets, Big Mac, large fries, half of that shake, and more than half of that beverage. Wow. And she even said she's pushing herself to finish it. But imagine the size of her stomach. Why do they eat so much?
It was really delicious though. It was like just everything I wanted when I wanted it. And I'm not. I mean, I'm obviously depressed. It's pretty obvious, but it's like I can't pinpoint why.
Why do they all say the same thing? They don't get out of their houses. They eat way too much food. They eat unhealthy foods. And they don't do anything to lose weight. No serotonin because they're not working out. Nothing going on in their lives. I've never watched much of her, but I've never heard her say that there are really things going on in her life, you know. So I'm just assuming.
You know, other than just like, yeah, this is my life, and it's like, it's ending 1 minute at a time. Ugh.
Oh my god. Disgusting.
Oh, that was gross. So it's like, I don't even know why I'm feeling like. It's like the only way I can describe it is like just kind of like meh. Like, and if I could step outside of myself and like have a conversation, I'd be like, Candy, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, I don't even know.
So they think their bodies are just supposed to keep functioning without like any stimulation, any workout, anything at all.
And physically, physically I know. I was like, yeah, I'm overweight. I feel like crap. I'm in pain. But other than that, I don't have any like outside triggers, you know.
No, but I looked at her channel and she eats a lot of fast food.
It's like I'm not even paying close attention to the like comments right now. I mean, I've been going into the hidden like folder and it says like hide from whatever. And I've just been like mass approving whatever goes in there. So, y'all are seeing stuff that would have normally just been caught by my filters. And, I can't speak for YouTube's filters. If there's comments being deleted, it's probably YouTube's got something to do with it.
Yeah, they do. I've read in my comment section that some people can't see their comments, and apparently YouTube caught them because I have no filters going in my comment section, and I don't delete people unless they're totally out of control.
I'm trying to put comments back.
To get the engagement. Oh my gosh, maybe her views have gone down too.
Because why not? People want to have a discussion about certain things, and more power to them. I'm trying not to be bothered by any of it. But yeah, I just sit here in my apartment and watch my shows and play my video games. Just World of Warcraft right now is pretty much every moment I have in my bedroom that I'm not sleeping, I'm playing World of Warcraft.
What a life.
And my hip suffers for that. Just sitting there. Anybody that's been to any of my live streams, like a few months ago, whatever.
Damn.
After about an hour of sitting on my bed, working on the computer, the laptop, whatever, it's like my tailbone starts to hurt. And it's like it hurts so bad I gotta kind of lean to the side and stuff. So playing for an hour, hour and a half, like multiple times through the night and through the day. It's like I sleep for 2 hours, I'll play for an hour and a half. Sleep for 3 hours, I'll play for another hour, hour and a half.
See, I assume this is what Chantal and Amber are doing, only maybe not playing video games, but watching stuff.
That's how I sleep now. Sleep a little bit, play a little bit, sleep a little bit, play a little bit. I'm just obsessed at the moment. And not even so much with the Dragonflight expansion that's the most recent expansion, but back a few with the Shadowlands. It's like I'm trying to open up. They made it really difficult.
I'm gonna cut this off really quick because I don't get. She just said she's obsessed with a video game. Why can't she get obsessed with expanding her or extending her lifespan?
Because basically it's just, it's kind of like another way for me to like disassociate from my life.
Yeah, that's what all of them are doing, it seems like.
It's like go into another world and just live there for as long as possible because here is just meh. And it's my fault it's meh.
Yeah.
And I keep thinking, if I could just have some non-pain days, some pain-free days that I could get off my ass and do something. But it's like I get a day where my pain is probably like a 5 or a 6, and I'm still not doing nothing. I'm still just sitting here, just looking at the walls or whatever.
Then she's just another one that's gonna eat herself to death.
So it's like, how do I pick myself up and shake all this garbage off of me, this emotional baggage crap that I'm carrying around? And yeah, I need therapy. I know. I was talking to Susan the other day, you know, and I'm discussing this whole BetterHelp thing, and I'm like, dang. You know, I mean, the therapist that I had before, I was paying her, I was seeing her like once a month, and it was $60 a visit. I mean, that's not bad. You know, and if we'd have been like really like digging into my trauma stuff, not just trauma, but the whole abandonment thing, and it's like, yeah, I know I did the same thing to my kids, but you know, I would rather have done that than have been a mommy dearest, you know, and I'm not even joking, you know. I mean, it's bad enough what they witnessed, you know, for the few years that they were around, you know, just hysterics. I was hysterical, probably
What?
a lot. You know, screaming and cussing at each other, me and my ex-husband, and
Okay.
you know, and I'm like cutting myself open and things like that.
Holy smokes, there was not even a trigger warning.
And you know, it was bad. You know, just a few years that they were with me and their father were probably traumatic enough to mess them up for the rest of their lives. They did not need to live with that horror. And it had nothing to do with food or being fat, you know. And in my case, it wasn't even drugs. You know, their daddy was a different story. You know, he was all about drugs, you know. But me, it was just mental illness stuff, freaking psychosis of some sort, probably postpartum.
Yeah, but then the kids kind of had to watch you do this for a living. Wow, guys, I cannot relate. I don't know how they can sit there day after day just eating and not changing their lives.
You know, I've had psychotic stuff happen in my entire life. You know, voices, visions, delusions, lots of delusions. I still have delusions.
Well, then maybe she should be on medication. But she probably can't get state help with the YouTube income. I don't know. I'm gonna go over to John's video. So here we are in John's video. I'm gonna just react to that. I should have done that to begin with.
This is the community post right here, and it goes on to say, not feeling great tonight, seeing a telehealth doc at 2:15 a.m. and getting an antibiotic tomorrow. I'm not going to get you all a video tomorrow today. I'm sorry, I planned on Taco Bell, but I don't think I can eat. It's always like that when the infection gets me, and I'll be staying in bed until my medicine comes tomorrow. I'm used to this. I seem to get one of these infections nearly every month now. I hope I feel better by Friday. Can get you all a weekend update / mukbang. So these infections that she's getting are apparently in between kind of her skin folds, and they are causing her to have these infections. And
I was wondering how she knows that she has an infection. So it's probably infections on her skin, right? Is what I'm taking from this.
Frequent, and now it's something that's happening a lot more, which again is affecting her being able to do these mukbangs, which is the thing that's able to pay for her life and be able to live in a house and all of those things.
But not everyone is like bad enough for me to have an antibiotic, so I just kind of deal with it and fight it off myself, which isn't smart by any means. I mean, if someone has something like that, I mean, and you know, sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. But for me, I've been through this so many times. Ooh, I know what a bad one's like. So I just go ahead and get my oral antibiotics and go on about my day. You know, and if it didn't get any better, I mean, I would try to go to the hospital and save myself or whatever,
But you can't keep taking these oral antibiotics either. Your body will grow immune to them.
at this point, I don't really care. I just don't.
And that's like really sad to hear. And I know people that maybe don't follow her or don't know much about her, like, oh, that's what you get, this is what you deserve. But regardless of what you might think about people, like, hearing someone be in that position, right, I can relate to that, right? I've talked about it before. When I was at my heaviest, I just assumed that this was going to be my life. Like, I think the reason Candy, I have such a place in my heart for her is because we had very similar, it feels like, growing up in situations, not having much money. And I saw myself as, like, I saw myself at my heaviest at 20, like, eventually becoming exactly like Candy is, right? Basically being, you know, almost bedridden, but just like, basically this is how I saw my future. And so I just see it, and it really saddens me because I want Candy to live. You know, I don't want her to just exist. And so it is really hard and sad to see this kind of content and her kind of sharing that sentiment of like, nah, you know, whatever, it is what it is, right?
I agree with him, but when you listen to them explain things like it is what it is and I could change it but I won't, and I'm depressed, I don't know why, it's like they don't have any drive.
Borrowed time for a fatty. Not doing a weigh-in today either. My leg is so freaking swollen. It wouldn't be fair. And
So she has been doing, putting up content on her second channel, kind of talking about weight loss, and she actually has maintained a 60-pound weight loss for the past few months, basically since she stopped doing the weigh-ins and stuff on her main channel. And so there has been a little bit of progress there, and I want to make sure that that's, you know, people know that.
I've also,
But then why does she go back to eating like that? I don't understand. Well, for the money, probably for the YouTube coin.
probably gained a few pounds this week too. Because I'm just spiraling out of control.
But being aware of it, could she not make different choices? Like, I don't know how many mukbangs she does, or if she does one every single day. Wait, I could actually look that up right now. It seems like she does one every few days, not every day.
But the diet drink makes it all better, don't it?
That's what they all think.
I'm full of crap. Woo! Taco Bell. Down for the count.
I don't remember the last time I had Taco Bell. I used to eat it all the time. I used to go to Taco Bell after school literally every single day. And then I would try and get people to buy me food because I didn't have any money. And then one time the worker at Taco Bell, because we were kind of friends, because he wasn't that much older than I was, and he was like, bro, you come to Taco Bell to try and get people to buy you food? And then he ended up like, the people behind me in line like kind of started making fun of me, and then later he came out and he gave me like a burrito or something. He was like, dude, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to like make you feel bad, because he could tell that it hurt my feelings. But yeah, I used to go to Taco Bell after school every single day in high school.
You hung out there hoping for people to buy you food? Oh my God, this is so sad.
I was talking to my cousin earlier today, and I was telling her that I feel well enough to do a mukbang today. And the last thing I told her, I was like, well, she said good luck. And I was like, thank you. And I gave her a little hearty emoji.
So she sees it as a success to be in the condition to feel good enough to eat on camera. Whew.
And I said, it's not fun anymore, but it pays the bills. So,
But it like shortens your lifespan. I can't, guys. My head is just spinning. If you have to eat on camera while knowing that it's killing you, but you have to pay your bills, I don't know. I do not know what to think.
And like that's literally exactly what I've said since the beginning. Since the beginning, since I've been talking about this, is like that's what I fear for other people. And Candy is like, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but Candy is the example of like what it can turn into. Is like you're doing this not because you want to, but because you feel like you have to.
Yeah, and it's the same for Chantal and Amber because they don't have any marketable skills. They've all three of them have eaten themselves to a size where they can't have jobs out here anymore. They don't have the mental focus because their mental health is rotten too. To do a job like a tailored job, like working from home. And what would they do even if they had the mental focus? They don't have the computer skills. And holy shit, that is the problem for all of them. And this is where I feel that YouTube is making it possible for them, because YouTube is kind of rewarding them for being lazy and gluttonous and not looking for ways to pay for their bills. So they realize they can just eat themselves to, these sizes, and now that's all they can do. And their views are going down, and there's nothing they can do to change it.
And that like you again, I can understand the argument of like she did this to herself, it's her fault, whatever. Fair enough. Like if that's how you feel, fair enough. But like I can understand the prison it must feel like to feel that you have to do these types of videos, because if you do anything else, no one's gonna watch, and this is how you pay your bills. And I do feel for her. I genuinely do.
yeah.
Yeah, but if YouTube changed their policies to where, I don't know how one would phrase that. I have no idea, but the basic idea is that YouTube says if you have continuously gained for, let's say, 5 years or more, you cannot. Okay, you can eat on camera. Clearly, it's this is like I don't want to say a free country. I'm in Germany. She's in the States. He's in the States. But YouTube is like a kind of a free platform. But I would change the YouTube policies to where they cannot make money off of it, or very limited money, to where they would have to look for alternatives. I think that is the biggest problem. We just saw in the recent vlog Amber stuffing her face again because she thinks that that's what gets her the views, and they're all just eating. And Chantal, she's the worst. This is not a huge portion right there, but Chantal eating 2 Subway sandwiches in the last one, that's just gross. And then eating a rice pudding on top of it.
Just eat some crap a couple times a week. And post it and hope it looks good enough for people to click on. That's my life.
Well, she seems to be charming, but again, I won't get into watching her because she's too depressing to me. She's too slow, not much to say. I cut out so much from that first video, the McDonald's mukbang, and she even said, I don't have much to say. And then I'm thinking, okay, why are they sitting in front of the camera then? Yeah, to make money.
And I see people debating in comments like all the time. It's like, she deletes all these comments. It's like, y'all think I have, y'all really think I have the energy to do that when I barely have the energy to sit here and stuff my face in front of the camera? I mean, I'll stuff my face, yeah, sure, but, you know, trying to look like a human and look like I'm having a good time is actually very difficult, you know. It's actually very difficult. I mean, the food's tasty. It's fine.
It's tasty, but don't you feel bad? Okay, she has a totally different mindset. She said in the beginning of that McDonald's mukbang that McDonald's usually gets her good views, and so she's paying attention to what fast food restaurants or what meals get her good views, and so maybe if she doesn't even feel like eating it, she'll eat it just to make money. I could never live like that.
I feel like Taco Bell, like everything kind of tastes the same. It's just packaged in different ways.
I think I would have really liked the pho, but nobody clicks on pho.
So exactly, like literally choosing what you're eating based on how it will do on YouTube is a hell that I hope I am never in.
Me too.
I'll have that tomorrow. Yeah, lazy, fatty. You know, but when I think about it, it's not so much lazy, it's just I don't have the bandwidth to do much of anything.
Yeah, but you start small. If you did like workout sitting down. And I get about, earlier she mentioned that she's depressed. A lot of us are. And then lay in bed for a couple of days like Chantal does, but then, try to snap back out of it and put good music on and dance around. And my head, really, guys, my head is spinning. I don't know if this was a mistake to try and react to this. But I live my life like this. Like I try to eat healthy, but I do crave like she did, for example, a Big Mac. So I allow myself a Big Mac and then I don't eat fast food for 2 weeks or whatever. Or let's say putting myself in her shoes, right? Like she hasn't posted in 3 or 4 days, so she feels like she has to post another video in order to make enough money to be able to pay the bills, right? I sometimes feel like I just want to have fruit all day. So I have at work I took mandarins or tangerines with me. Not so much oranges. I don't like them so much. Or in the summertime, strawberries or whatever. And you can't eat that in front of the camera, I guess. And people would click on it. But always that fast food, it would drive me up the wall. Because when you do have fast food, when you have a halfway healthy body, you feel sick afterwards. You feel all the chemicals and all the fillers and everything. And so who would allow themselves to eat fast food that often? I mean, people like her, Chantal and Amber, obviously.
You know, I just don't. I don't have it in me. You know. And I also released all the people that I blocked. Just out of comment jail, go crazy, you guys. Just go crazy. Just give it to me. Tell me how freaking grotesque and disgusting and, every other nasty thing you want to tell me. That's just fine with me.
That's so sad when she mentioned in the other mukbang that she's depressed. Imagine being depressed and seeing your comment section, and there are all kinds of people. I don't know what her comment section looks like, but imagine she gets comments like Amber, like really insulting ones.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I guess it's part of the job.
If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. That's your truth. People that want to, tell me about my health and my situation, and it's like, I know I'm fat. I know I'm living on borrowed time. I mean, you're not telling me anything I don't know. I'm not offended by that truth. I'm just offended by the people that just, call me a disgusting pig and,
Yeah, I don't know what kind of person it would take to do that.
That's just... just dehumanize me. I'm not even human. I'm just a creature for you to look and laugh at,
Yeah, and I can imagine that kind of just dealing with those comments so often. Eventually, you probably hit like a breaking point, to where you do just I guess basically disassociate, where you don't even it just doesn't bother you anymore. I can relate to an extent with like when people will make fun of my loose skin or whatever. I'm just like I've heard it so many times now that it's like I just don't care. You know, I'm like I have no reaction to it because it's like I've heard it so much. It's like I am completely desensitized to that. I think another thing that's happened recently, that has made Candy kind of, you know, just more introspective about these situations is she actually had a close friend of hers pass away that used to be in her videos, I believe, and kind of helped her get her start on YouTube. And so this is a post talking about it. So this is from 2 months ago, and it goes to say, Thomas, hungry hippie, passed away on Monday evening. He used to do mukbangs as well, and I think they would do them together at times. Respect for Susan and his family, I have kept it to myself until now. I will not be creating a video memorial or commentary about his passing, as I do not want to monetize our grief. As most of you know, I'm no stranger to death, having lost everyone close to me in my early 20s. I've had my fill of funerals and view death as another part of life. We all do it eventually. I'm sad and a bit numb by now, but I know he would want us to carry on and live as best as we can with the time we have left here. The show must go on. I honestly don't even have words to express the emotion of losing someone so important to my life. I met Thomas in 2002, and even though our relationship has evolved over the years, I will always love him as family. Without his influence and teaching, I wouldn't be where I am today. He found me lost and broken with no direction in life whatsoever, and pretty much ready to for the end myself, and he gave me a new life with the tools to eventually become an independent person. I owe him my life. Now he's gone, and I miss my friend Rip Thomas. And then Susan posted a eulogy, but
It's not rip, it's rest in peace. I don't like when people say that, rip. It's rest in peace.
basically kind of just a little bit, you know, kind of finalizing the post.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's clear that experience has hit Candy pretty hard, and, you know, understandably so, right? Understandably so.
That's fine. You know, that's fine. I'll be that. You know, just keep watching. Just keep watching, keep commenting.
No, that's so sad.
You know, it's fine. Anyway, so like I said, go crazy. You know, every comment, good, bad, whatever, it helps my channel engagement.
I mean,
so,
that is true.
You know,
That is true.
love
Yeah, that's basically why Chantal and Amber are still alive on YouTube.
me, hate me, doesn't matter.
All the hate watchers.
You know, I'm just here doing what I do, trying to earn my few dollars so I don't have to live on the street. You know. You know, and I basically know what my body needs, you know, and if one of these infections eventually takes me out, wonderful.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
Well, she finds it amusing. Okay.
So, so that's that.
I mean, it's I don't know how many more times I have to say it. It's hard to hear that, right?
Oh God, I'm sorry for being such a Debbie Downer. I'm not in a good place right now. I mean, literally in the last 3 months, I've had 5 people die on me. I mean, not on me, they died, but whew, it's just I'm facing my mortality, and there's really not much I can do about it, you know. I don't have the willpower, the wherewithal, any of that to stick to anything right now. And
It's just so
Yeah, and that's basically what the other two have been saying. That it's not all that easy, and Amber is completely the Lulu, just lying her way through her weight gain. But yeah, if you don't have the willpower and you know, you don't see the necessity to change your life, if you don't want better things for yourself, like being out there and, enjoying nature or whatever. Maybe she has no such interests.
So hard to hear that because, like, I am someone that does believe that we have what it takes to make a change in our lives. But I also understand and I see the situation that Candy's in. And I know how silly, this is at least my opinion, I know how silly it would be for me to say, just eat less and move more to her. Like, clearly there's so much more going on, and that's the reason I like to share these videos and talk about these things, is because I think people get so caught up in the black and white, eat less, move more. If you're big, it's completely your fault, and there's no other situations that will lead to you being in that position. And
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I might make these videos. I mean, having these people like case studies, trying to understand them, trying to learn from them, seeing patterns, and learning about new diseases like what was it called, the PWS, the agoraphobia. I've come across things that I didn't even know existed over the last few years just by watching these people, and it's not that easy. If it was easy, everybody would be healthy out here. I mean, if it was a matter of just kicking yourself in the butt and saying, I want off the drugs, I want away from the alcohol, I want away from a toxic partner, or, if it was so easy, everybody would do it and we'd all be happy, but it's not that easy.
And while I'm not someone that completely believes that you have no control over, obviously, right? I'm someone that lost a lot of weight and has kept it off. I still think that we can do better as a society to look at these situations and at least have a little bit more empathy and try to understand more. And I think that with that empathy and that understanding will come better solutions and better ways to help people in Candy's position, because I do think that this is really sad. And like, while I think that, yes, she could probably do some more to make a difference, there could also be more help for her as well.
Yeah, I don't know to what degree though. I mean, she sounds kind of humble, kind of, not so arrogant and entitled as Amber and Chantal. But I don't know. Of course, if they're used to making a certain amount of money and now they see their income decreasing more and more, of course they're panicking. Of course they're going to continue to eat on camera. But if, let's say, YouTube changed their terms of policy, terms of service, and their policies, and if they said, okay, in exactly 1 year from now, let's say on the 1st of April in 2025, mukbangs will no longer get you paid, at least not a whole lot. We're gonna decrease the earnings that a YouTube content creator can have, and so look for a job, look for different. I mean, they're not gonna say that, but that would be the logical consequence of it. Like, give people a head warning, because I don't know. With understanding, like, look at the others, like LifeByJen went, and people were coddling her and telling her good job when she lost a couple of pounds, and then she went, and the other two are gonna go too. I mean, everybody's health is declining and they're still eating this much, and so I don't know what we as a society could do.
I hope that makes sense.
Now I'm on a path to self-destruction, and I can't even care right now. I just can't.
Yeah, but I respect her for that. At least she's not lying like Chantal and Amber are.
There's not much holding me here, so hoo-wee. I don't know, man. I kind of want to.
So, like, obviously this is a new video, and then she kind of talks about that last video we just watched. She's kind of mentioning that at the start of this one.
Apologize for my last video. I mean, if I would have just finished my food and just signed the hell off, God, just shut up, Candy. You feel all these stupid things. You get your feelings hurt some, and
Okay, totally aside from what she's saying, I cannot believe the portion size. and always a soda. No wonder they never lose any weight.
You know, I should just leave it. Just leave it.
No, I don't mind. I mean, maybe she could put a trigger warning at the beginning of her videos that she's depressed or whatever. Like, I don't know, TW for trigger warning, and then depression or depressive thoughts or depressing thoughts or whatever. Or I'm being a Debbie Downer in this one. You know, that would probably help. Others, I don't care, you know.
You know.
I understand that. I think like there's it's a good thing to be open and honest, but especially with the internet, like some things are better. I don't want to say better left not told, but maybe not telling the whole internet, because it just opens you up to a lot of unwanted criticism, probably, right? Maybe that's what this is. I don't know. Hopefully that's not how she feels about this, but it opens you up to a lot of opinions that maybe aren't helpful at all, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, she's probably helping others. Like maybe, I don't know how many people are out there that weigh several hundred pounds. But if they're, I don't know, they get up, they're depressed, and then they watch her video and she says, oh, I'm so depressed today. And, you know, it helps. I think it helps others, you know. I mean, for somebody that's easily triggered into, you know, being all upbeat and trying not to be depressed, and then they watch her, of course, she's going to drag them down. But I think nothing should be done about being able to talk about being depressed, you know, or having given up, or the thought of, you know, her life ending is wonderful, or what did she say? Beautiful, you know.
So it's my bad, you know. Y'all come here to have a good time and enjoy the show and the company. And if the company's miserable and whining and feeling sorry for themselves, you know, that's not a good look. So, you know, I mean, and yeah, I mean, I'm obviously putting on an act for you guys, because, you know, y'all know I'm not in a great place right now, but I gotta do my best. like I said, I gotta do my best here.
So that's like, hearing that is just crazy for me, because it's so like, I guarantee there are so many people that are in similar positions to her that feel similar, but they just haven't shared it online. Feeling like you have to put on a show for the people watching your content. You have to be this very specific person, because if you're not, people will notice it, or they might not watch the videos. Again, you almost feel like you are, and you are to an extent, like the viewers are your boss and you have to dance, right? And again, I get it. The argument can say you put yourself in this position, you can get yourself out of it, but I can understand feeling trapped in that position.
And I know I can make it all better.
Exactly.
Make it all better. Just lose the weight. God, if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, you know? Everybody'd be doing it. And I know I can. You know, it's just being in the right headspace to do it. And I'm not in that headspace right now, but...
And then again, like I've said so many times, it's hard to lose weight, clearly, but then adding on top of it, having this, your job basically be tied to you eating food on camera. Like I've always said, I think it's possible to lose weight and be a mukbanger, of course, but it is going to be so much harder, because your identity for so many YouTubers is based on how many people are clicking on your videos, which you could argue whether or not that's healthy. I would say it's definitely not, but again, that's just the reality for a lot of people. And so now, whenever you don't eat the McDonald's, whenever you don't eat the Burger King, the Jollibee, the IHOP, people don't watch the video. And so you feel like you are actively being almost punished for trying to be in a better position and live a healthier life. And I know the logical kind of conclusion that a lot of people might have is, well, then we should like not allow this kind of content on YouTube. But I just don't see YouTube ever completely demonetizing or blocking mukbang content, because, you know, there are plenty of people that do it in a way that isn't, you know, super detrimental to themselves.
Yeah, but if they change the policies or terms of service, where they would say, okay, if somebody has continuously like you can see by the size in the thumbnails, you know, you can let's say I've been reporting Amber for self-harm. I've been reporting Chantal for self-harm every time they eat on camera. And so based on that, YouTube would say, okay, there's a report. Like if the video was reported for any other reason, they would have to, you know, revise it. And so maybe they could change it to where they look at the channel and then they see, okay, so this one's gained 250 pounds in 10 years. That one's gained, I don't know, Chantal, you know, 150 in 7 years. And yeah, so we're just going to drastically reduce the amount of money they can make. I wouldn't completely forbid that content. Even though a lot of people are, you know, have died and will continue dying.
But again, I don't see YouTube being like, if you're over a certain weight, you're not allowed to make mukbang content. It's a very...
Maybe not that, but maybe the gaining weight, you know, how much weight they've gained over the years and that they're continually getting bigger and not smaller, you know. And they prove to this public platform that they can't lose any weight. And she says she's miserable. Amber has been avoiding it, but every once in a while she does complain about, you know, her aches or problems or some infection or whatever sends her to the emergency room. You know, and Chantal with her what is it? Psychotica. The problems with her back and the leg, and you know, if you have problems like this, then you should not continue to gain weight, and maybe YouTube should really check into it. I mean, they want to make the money too, I get that, it's a business, you know, but these are humans that are dying from eating themselves to death as a means of an income, you know.
It's a very tricky situation to be in, right? I really don't know what the answer is.
You know, I know, TikTok. I mean, I need to, like, kick myself in the ass. Right now, I'm just kind of... kind of treading water. Not drowning at the moment, but I'm treading water. It's like I can barely make eye contact with the camera. I'm like, I'm just, yeah, I'm overweight. I feel like crap. I'm in pain. But other than that, you know, I don't have any like outside triggers, you know.
Well, because she seems to be living the same kind of life that Amber and Chantal are living, barely leaving the house anymore, and just being all about just sitting there watching stuff and eating. Huh.
It's like I'm not even paying close attention to the like comments right now. I mean, I've been going into the...
And that's probably for the best, to be honest.
To the hidden like folder, and it says like hide from whatever, and I've just been like mass approving whatever goes in there. So, you know, y'all are seeing stuff that would have normally just been caught by my filters, and you know, I can't speak for YouTube's filters. You know, if there's comments being deleted, it's probably YouTube's got something to do with it. I'm trying to put comments back. Because why not? You know, people want to have a discussion about certain things. You know, and more power to them. You know, I'm trying not to be bothered by any of it. But yeah, I just sit here in my apartment and watch my shows and play my video games. Just World of Warcraft right now is pretty much every moment I have in my bedroom that I'm not sleeping, I'm playing World of Warcraft.
So there's a little bit more to the video, but I mean, I think for the most part, that kind of sums up everything that I wanted to share.
Yeah, so he's coming to an end here, and I will too. I think it's sad what they're doing to themselves, but everybody makes their own decisions. That's all I can say to that. But it's so sad. Like she unhides the hidden channels on her channel just to get more engagement, just to increase her income. I have no idea what that feels like. Or imagine you wake up tomorrow morning and you're trapped in a flesh mountain like Amber's or Chantal's or Candy's body. That has got to be like a living hell. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I'm really trying to understand why people do this to themselves. I get having to pay the bills, but this is just ridiculous. And I've also been trying to figure out that with Wendy Williams. I don't get that. What is currently going on. I mean, I had no idea who she was until that Whitney Houston interview, and then something else. And then when I believe I was into conspiracy theories, and I watched a video about the glitches in the Matrix, and Wendy Williams showed up, a clip of her where she passed out when she was in a costume of the Statue of Liberty on Halloween, and she acted all weird and then passed out. But I think it's so weird what's going on. Why was that documentary published and stuff like that? I don't get it. And so, yeah, I'm gonna film some more thoughts about that, because I'm really struggling. Like, maybe you guys are thinking about it too, and you've already come up with thoughts on that I haven't had. Because I'm really, my heart goes out to her, but at the same time, she's been going after people for at least 10 years, more than that, because she used to work at radio stations before she had that TV show, and she said, about hundreds of people, she said so many bad things, and made a living off of that. And so now it seems like karma is coming to bite her in the ass. But at the same time, again, I don't get why they posted the documentary. It seems like they are trying to put her in a bad light, and I'm not getting why. Thank you for watching this. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.